What is going on in the mortgage industry, guys? What is happening out there? Have you started to hear some things? I get it. If you're not in the housing market or looking for a house, maybe you didn't. But let me bring you up to speed on what is happening. So if you've watched my other video, you already heard a little bit about Fannie Mae taking away the 620 credit score requirement. So in a nutshell, here's what that means. Prior to this change, Fannie Mae, when they were approving somebody for a mortgage, they would say, hey, well, you have to have at least a 620 credit score. Otherwise, this is probably not going to work and we can't give you a pre-approval letter for a mortgage. Well, now what they're doing, and I think this is somewhat smart, now what they're doing is they are saying, we're gonna look at the whole borrower as a whole and not just base it off of the credit score. So we're gonna look at the time that they've been working. Do they have stable, steady jobs? We're gonna look at the amount of money that they have saved. Are they financially stable? We're gonna look at some other factors other than just a number that they pull from the credit score. So what this isn't is what we had before back in 6, 7, and 8. That was terrible. This is not, you still have to have a job, folks. You still have to be able to show that you make your payments on time. You still have to show that you have some money in the bank and you are financially secure. What it means though is that if all those other things look really good, but maybe you're a young couple, you've been out of school for 2 or 3 years, you got your big boy and big girl jobs, but maybe you don't have all those open credit cards and open trade lines and years of established credit, but everything else looks great. Hey, guess what? You've got a great chance at getting a pre-approval. So that is that. That starts for all new loans starting November 17th. Okay, here's another one, a 50-year mortgage. Now look, there's pros and cons, and I get both sides of this for sure. They are now proposing a 50-year mortgage. Obviously, the most popular mortgage out there right now is 30 years. They're proposing 50. What does that mean? It means a slightly higher interest rate. It means that you are going to be paying a lot of money in interest. However, what it also means is that your payment will be slightly lower than a 30-year mortgage because it's 20 years longer. Now, we all know most people don't even stay in their house for 30 years. The average person stays in their house for 10 years or less. Also, the average age of first-time homebuyers right now is actually 40 years old. So yeah, those people probably aren't going to stay in that house for 50 years. So yes, you're going to have a lot more interest up front. So what that could potentially mean is you don't have much equity in the house. If you need to sell, you've just been paying on the interest and not on the principal. But guess what? We've had those kind of loans out forever, and tons of people have used them. And as long as you're using them in a smart way, they work beautifully. Look, there are VA loans that are 0% down. There are first-time homebuyer loans. There are grant money available. There is FHA with only 3.5% of down payment. Look, guys, what that means is when you move in, you really don't have any equity in your house from day one. But it's worked. Look, here's what it is. It's an extra tool in the mortgage tool belt. Should it be used for everyone? Absolutely not. Might it work for some people when it's explained and they understand? Yeah, possibly. So there's that. Okay, how about a portable mortgage? I just read about this a couple days ago. Portable mortgage, basically, and again, this is the newest of all these things, but what it means is that you can port your current mortgage. So if you currently have a mortgage on a house, your current mortgage balance and terms and payment, and you can port that over to a new mortgage. Yeah, pros and cons. I'm going to get into that a little bit more as more information comes out. Look, bottom line, lots of programs out there. We have to figure out your situation, what makes sense for you, what is your comfort level with these different options, what is the best program for you? And that's what we do here. Let us figure it out. You just have to call us so we can help you and set up a consultation. So talk to you soon.